Yeah, what is going on, guys? This is Phenakism back with another video. Today we are looking at another update on the whole Subnautica 2 thing, and by the looks of it, there's a lawsuit getting involved, and everything is going into a big spire of a lot of BS. Not BS. SH20. So this is Cleveland, Charlie Cleveland, one of the or the co-founder of Unknown Worlds. So he was the one who did the Reddit post called "What is something but 1,000 drops? What is a wave but 1,000 drops?" or whatever it was. And now we've got this. Hello everyone, it continues to be an explosive and surreal time for the Subnautica team and community. None of this is what we wanted, but we truly appreciate the amazing support we've gotten from everyone. It means a lot to us, especially now. As I wrote last week, we know it's in our souls that the game is ready for early access. That's just how we roll. And we'd like nothing more than for you to play it. Game devs live for this, but it's not currently under our control. We've now filed a lawsuit against Krafton. The details should eventually become at least mostly public. You all deserve the full story. Suing a multi-billion-dollar company in a painful, public, and possibly protracted way was certainly not on my bucket list. But this needs to be made right. Subnautica has been my life's work, and I would never willingly abandon it or the amazing team that has produced it, poured their hearts into it. And for the earnout, the idea that Max, Ted, and I wanted to keep it all for ourselves is totally untrue. In this industry, because I'm in this industry because I love it, not for riches. Historically, we've always shared our profits with the team, and did the same when we sold the studio. You can be damned sure we'll continue with the earnout bonuses as well. They deserve it for all their incredible work trying to get this great game into your hands. Stay tuned, Charlie. Krafton slams ex-Subnautica 2 execs who now say they're suing. So the whole reason for the lawsuit is because Krafton, I don't know if it says it in here, but I was reading about it the other day. Is because the Krafton, hang on, I will find it after we finish reading through this one. Subnautica, it's literally here. Subnautica 2 has been at the center of a continuous debate between leadership at its developer Unknown Worlds and the game's publisher Krafton Games. At stake is a $250 million payout promised to Unknown Worlds if the studio hits certain revenue targets by the end of this year. But a company shakeup and the subsequent delay of Subnautica 2 has rocked the studio and potentially imperiled the promised payout. And now one of Unknown World's fired founders says they're suing. On July 2nd, Krafton announced that Steve, CEO of the Callisto project, developer Striking Distance Studio, would be taking over as the CEO of Unknown Worlds, replacing the current leadership of Ted Gill, Charlie Cleveland, and Max McGuire with immediate effect. The following week, on July 9th, Unknown Worlds announced that early access for Subnautica 2 would be delayed to 2026. According to the announcement, Subnautica 2 was in good shape, but closed testing revealed some insight that there were a few areas we needed to improve before launching the first version of Subnautica 2 to the world. That same day, Bloomberg Jason Schreier reported that this delay was against the wishes of Unknown Worlds' former leadership, and that they were that there were serious financial implications for this delay. According to his report, when Krafton purchased Unknown Worlds in 2021, it promised a $250 million bonus to the studio if it hit revenue targets by the end of 2025. His reporting also indicated that the bonuses was planned to be shared amongst the studio, roughly 100 employees, with some being promised bonuses in the 7 figures. With Subnautica 2's delay, those revenue targets will likely not be hit, and those bonuses not paid out. In a statement to Bloomberg, Krafton said the delay was only to improve Subnautica 2's quality, and it's possible to envision a situation where Krafton delayed the game in order to get out of paying the bonuses. However, Krafton has issued a new statement that seemingly throws cold water over this interpretation. The statement says that Krafton had allocated approximately 90% of the up to $250 million earnout compensation to the 3 former executives, with the expectation that the executives would demonstrate leadership and active involvement of the development of Subnautica 2. The statement then accused the out leadership of essentially abandoning the development on the game while affirming hair in my mouth. Accused the leadership of essentially abandoning development on the game while affirming fair and compensation for all remaining Unknown World employees. Later on Thursday, Unknown World's co-founder and Subnautica director Charlie Cleveland responded to these accusations by saying he's filed a lawsuit. As for the earnout, the idea that Max, Ted, and I wanted to keep it all for ourselves is totally untrue. He writes, historically we've all shared our profits with the team and did the same when we sold the studio. We've asked for a copy of the legal complaint. Here are Krafton and Cleveland's statements in full. You can also see them on Krafton's website and on Cleveland's blog. Incredible leadership. Okay, so for Krafton, this is what Krafton posted. To our 12 million fellow subnauts, inevitable leadership change driven by project abandonment despite holding 90% of the earnout for themselves. First and foremost, we sincerely thank you for your continued support, passion, and unwavering dedication to Subnautica. We wish to provide clarity on the recent leadership changes at Unknown Worlds, a creative studio under Krafton. Background of leadership change. Krafton deeply values Subnautica's unique creativity and immersive world building. To provide fans with even better gaming experiences, we acquired Unknown Worlds, fully committed to supporting Subnautica's future success. We collaborated closely with the studio's leadership, who were central to the creation of the original Subnautica, to foster the optimal environment for a successful Subnautica 2, specifically in addition to the $500 million purchase price. We allocated approximately 90% of the up to $250 million payout earnout compensation to the 3 former executives, with the expectation that they would demonstrate leadership and active involvement in the development of Subnautica 2. However, regrettably, the former leadership abandoned their responsibilities entrusted to them. Subnautica 2 was originally planned for an early access launch in early 2024, but the timeline has since been significantly delayed. Krafton made multiple requests to Charlie and Max to resume their roles as game director and technical director, respectively, but both declined to do so. In particular, following the future Moonbreaker, Krafton asked Charlie to devote himself to development of Subnautica 2. However, instead of participating in the game's development, he chose to focus on a personal film project. Krafton believes that the absence of core leadership has resulted in repeated confusion in direction and significant delays in the overall project schedule. The current early access version also falls short in terms of content volume. We are deeply disappointed by the former leadership's conduct, and above all, we feel a profound sense of betrayal by their failure to honor the trust placed in them by our fans. Krafton's full support for the dedicated development team to uphold our commitment to provide you with the best possible gaming experience. We've made the difficult yet necessary decision to change the executive leadership. Subnautica 2 has been continued to be actively developed by a dedicated core team who shares genuine passion, accountability, and committing to the game. We deeply respect their expertise and creativity and will continue to provide full and unwavering support, enabling them to focus solely on delivering the exceptional game you deserve. I can't comment on this whole thing from Krafton because I don't know what it was like behind the scenes. But with what I've seen online and whatnot of Ted, Max, and Charlie, they don't seem like the people to just basically pack their bags and leave the game to the side because they want to focus on something else. They seem genuinely involved in the community and whatnot, so I don't know how true this is. I personally don't believe it, but if you do, then I can get why. But yeah, I don't believe it, even though I don't have too much to go off of except for them being an active thing to the community and whatnot. But yeah, commitment and promises in rewarding Krafton's commitment to its promises in rewarding employees. Additionally, Krafton has committed to fair and equal compensation for all remaining Unknown Walls employees who have continuously and tirelessly contributed to Subnautica 2's development. We believe that the dedication and effort for the team are at the very best of Subnautica's ongoing evolution, and we reaffirm our commitment to provide the reward they were promised. Fans will always remain the center of our decisions we make at Krafton. Moving forward, we promise transparent communication and continued efforts to sustainably develop and expand the beloved Subnautica universe. Honoring your trust and expectations is a core tenet at Krafton. We are committed to repaying your patience and with an even more refined and exceptional gaming experience. Then we've got Cleveland's response with the lawsuit. But yeah, man, I don't know how much this is true. Like, considering how involved it seems like from the outside that the three ex-executives are, for them to just basically be like, screw this, don't want to do this, and hang on. He is the reporter who covers the business culture and committee of video games, with a focus on marginalized gamers and the quirky, horny culture of video game committees. What? Why is that? What? Anyway. They just seem too involved to just, in my opinion at least. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like and subscribe button. If you dislike it, dislike it. And I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Goodbye.